All right, let's just jump right in. We all live our lives by the calendar, right? But have you ever really stopped to think about how that system actually shapes our reality? Today, we're going to look at a totally different way of marking time, one that's said to be perfectly aligned, not with some human invention, but with the cosmos itself. So here's the big question, the central mystery we're going to unpack. Just imagine for a second a day that exists completely outside the normal flow of weeks and months. A day that isn't really on the calendar, but might just be the most important one of the entire year. You see, the perspective we're exploring here argues that our modern idea of time is, well, it's cluttered. Think about it. You've got the Gregorian calendar, the Jewish calendar, the Muslim calendar, all these different systems layered on top of each other, all shifting around. And the argument is that this has created all this complexity that has kind of disconnected us from a single universal rhythm. But now, let's look at an alternative, the Maya TunUc calendar. You might also hear it called the 13-moon calendar. And unlike our Gregorian system with its messy jumble of 30, 31, and even 28-day months, the TunUc has this beautiful mathematical purity. It's just 13 perfect months, and every single one is exactly 28 days long. Okay, and this is where the math gets really interesting. So if you multiply 13 months by 28 days, you get 364. Simple enough. But we all know a solar year is 365 days long, so that brings us right back to our main question. In a system that seems this perfect, where on Earth did that extra day go? The answer, it turns out, isn't really about the numbers at all. It's written in the stars. This quote really gets to the heart of it. It points to a single, incredibly powerful astronomical anchor, a specific celestial event. So this isn't just about counting days. It's about locking into a moment of true cosmic significance that holds the whole system together. And here it is. This is the foundation of the entire calendar. The TunUc is precisely calibrated to what's known as the heliacal rising of Sirius. For ancient navigators, this was everything. I mean, it's that one day each year when Sirius, which is the brightest star in our night sky, finally reappears on the eastern horizon right before the sun. This is considered the one true cosmic new year. So you're probably wondering, when does this incredible cosmic event actually happen? Well, on our familiar Gregorian calendar, it lands on July 25th. And that specific date, that is the key to unlocking this entire thing. And there it is, the answer to our little mystery. That 365th day is July 25th, and it has a name, the day out of time. See, it doesn't belong to any of the 13 months. Instead, it acts as this special day of transition, a cosmic womb, as the source material calls it, where the old year ends and the new one is born. So what this means is, in the 13-moon system, New Year's Day is not January 1st, not even close. After the universe kind of hits its reset button on the day out of time, the brand new 364-day cycle kicks off, fresh, on July 26th. Okay, so we've got the basic structure of the year down. Now let's dig into how this builds out into a completely different kind of zodiac, one that's designed to operate on a truly galactic scale. You know, what's so cool about this is just the perfect symmetry. Unlike our zodiac, where you're trying to fit 12 signs into all these weirdly sized months, here, each of the 13 signs aligns perfectly with one of the 28-day months. So you've got the bat kicking things off right on July 26th, and it goes all the way through to the turtle, which wraps up its cycle just before the next day out of time. It's so clean. And here you can actually see what it looks like. I mean, you can immediately feel the harmony and the order in this system. It's just a clean, repeating grid of 13 months, and each one of those has 4 perfect 7-day weeks. It's like a map of time that's totally consistent and predictable. And this, right here, this reveals the most profound difference between the two systems. Our Gregorian calendar is Earth-centric. It's based on how we see the sun moving from our little vantage point, which is why we need these messy fixes like leap days just to make it work. The Maya perspective, though, is described as galactic. It calculates time from what they called Hunapku, sort of the center of the galaxy, looking outwards. And because it uses this vast, stable reference point, the system is described as being self-correcting. It needs no leap days at all. So we've talked about the mechanics, the astronomy, the structure, but you're probably asking, what's the point of all this? So let's shift gears and talk about why this ancient system is even being brought up as something relevant for us today. And this really gets to the heart of its purpose. This isn't just supposed to be some abstract way to keep track of appointments. No, it's presented as the calendar of Mother Nature herself, the very rhythm that all life follows. And the whole goal is to resync our own biological clocks with that natural primordial time. The 13 by 28 cycle, in particular, is seen as being rooted in a feminine, creative principle, reflecting these natural cycles of creation. And this leads us to a really fascinating final idea. The sources draw a clear line between two different ways of processing time. On one hand, you have the irregular intellectual calendars, which are associated with the left brain, with analytical thinking, with the ego. And on the other, you have the TunUc, with its natural cyclical rhythm. And that's designed for the right brain, for feeling, for intuition, for connecting with your body and your subconscious. So we'll end on this thought. This whole 13-moon calendar system challenges us to see time not as a bunch of abstract numbers on a page, but as a living, breathing rhythm that we can actually feel. And it makes you wonder about your own relationship with time, the rhythm of your life, the one dictated by your calendar. What does it truly feel like?